Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. Join us in our campaign and shenanigans as we explore the subterranean labyrinths, plunder hordes of treasure, battle legendary monsters. This podcast will be following our gaming group and the adventures of these characters, as well as a few guests from time to time. Join us as we start a new campaign and our journey to experience the best, and maybe the worst, in the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons.
Hi, this is Kellie, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok's story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
So,
time to kill things!
Time to kill things!
To break out.
Yes.
Time to break out and kill things.
Alrighty. Welcome to the Lady Knights of Adventure episode 1. Because it's
Ladies' night and the feeling's right.
Alrighty, so I wanna and that is setting the tone for the evening. Alrighty, so you guys all individually as adventurers were hired by a mysterious employer to steal a bard from this magical castle.
A bard.
A bard.
We're stealing a bard.
You're stealing a harp for a bard. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. I was jumping a few sentences ahead in my head. Okay. So, you each went there through some no fault of your own. You were captured by the magical defenses. Somehow the magical whammy was put on you and you were captured and taken to cells and stripped of all of your gear and equipment. There's always one in every group.
Stripped of my equipment.
And they opened up your package. And
all these raffles?
for a huge amount of time, you've only had a small sliver of light. Seeing those walls there?
Yeah.
The little triangle shape? That's the small sliver of a window where just a little air comes in.
That's fine.
Magically,
I
it's
hate
made
the
so
sun.
breeze comes into your cell. So you don't get stank. Nobody wants stank cell.
No.
Stank cell is bad. And on the door to your cell, there's a small little door that can be open and closed. And unfortunately, your jailers, well, there's two doors. One's about shoulder height, and then one's about waist height. For our Ravikin friend, that's about head height.
So that's over my head.
You can see through your tippy.
And you know that you're not alone in these cells because you hear singing going on and praying going on, and someone in Orcish saying every derogatory term possible come feeding time, and some weird squeaky noise. So each of you have a secret on your little piece of paper, and possibly things that over your time in jail you may have scrounged up, because we all know how the jail system works. The longer you're there, the more you can get. So, everyone, let's go around the table and introduce your characters and anything you want to say about your characters. Kellie?
I am Kellie. I play Kellyndris Songsmith, the half-elf bard. And let me entertain you. Let me make you smile.
Yay! My name is Jocelyn, and I'll be finding my voice during this episode for this character, but I'm playing Myfanawy Duskwyld, a chaotic good, ghost-wise halfling warlock. And I just think that combination is perfect combination of ridiculosity and sassiness.
I'm thinking Valley Girl.
No, I think she's gonna be like Dusky.
Ooh, dusky.
Maybe English and dusky. Maybe like sexy creamed corn.
I do enjoy cream corn.
I'm Brittney. I'm playing the Rabbit Folk Paladin, the Marchioness Faith of White Jack Daygoraruru.
What can we call you for short?
March.
March? Okay.
She's a March hare.
I am, as a matter of fact. That is my flaw. Because I'm a rabbit. With way too much charisma.
There's no such thing as too much charisma.
It's an
There
18.
is when you have stalkers.
Alright, that's fair.
She's prettier than I am.
It's because everyone wants to pet her.
I'm only a 17.
Oh,
That is
no.
so fun. I mean, yeah, I feel like not very charming in this company.
How emo.
I am emo.
Conformists. Ever seen South Park?
Touch the
Yes.
The
rabbit.
goth kids.
What's
No,
the
I
worst
haven't
place
seen that.
ever? Scottsdale. Scottsdale.
I just wish they would die. Bastards.
It reminds me strangely of high school.
Anyways.
She was waiting for her
I
opening.
was just like, okay. I'm Nicole. I'll be playing Gadrial. I am a Worgen fighter, monster hunter background, and I am married to March.
Aww.
Till those bastards separated you and yourselves.
It's okay, we can do some killing. Yep.
It was a terrible honeymoon.
At some point, one of you said to the other, "Do whatever you must to survive. I will find you."
Dumbass digging holes again. That's why I've been here one day longer.
I am Golda, and I'm going to be playing Guandis. She is a cleric of Nike, and she's a little different. She maybe doesn't like people as much as she should for being part of a big group. But her nickname is Guan.
Juan.
Yes.
I'll take Juan Cleric from Nike.
Correct.
One.
Yes. And I think of it as one like you would pronounce like I'm feeling one.
Okay. So
Different than
waiting.
one.
Like a waning moon.
one.
Oh.
Like, yeah. Do you have like bangs in your eyes? Because no.
No, that would get in the way.
Okay.
She's
can't-
a battle mage.
I can't kill if I can't
Battle
see.
priest.
All right then.
Most of my spells say what you can see. So unlike the rabbit, I eat all my carrots. So I can see a good distance and kill.
Right. Whereas my character definitely bangs in the
Roll
eyes.
disadvantage for your bangs.
Like,
The war mage the war priest needs to see.
you know what was the sheepdog from the who would always lift his bangs up and look?
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
my god. From Warner Brothers.
Hilarious to me.
It's just anime style. You can see through the bangs because your eyes can be clearly seen through your hair.
Right.
Yeah.
So all of you have been stripped of everything.
I'm in my
Except your
Oh my
undies.
God.
Your undies. You've been put in a very, very sparse cell that just has a smaller than the size of your palm of your hand hole to the outside where the sun beams for just a few moments a day. And you know that your jailers, one is a very, very large half ogre. You know that from just the few days you guys have been locked up, because you've all been locked up for different amounts of time, that the half ogre is quite dense and very simple. But there's a very bossy little goblin who tells them what to do. Henceforth, the waist high hatched on your doors for the goblin to open and throw your food stuff in, which usually involves the table scraps from the larger gentleman.
Ew, gross.
That's their payments. They get to eat most of the food. So, how long have each of you guys been locked up? Since I noticed nobody shared that.
Oh.
Apparently, I've been here
But
the
if-
longest. I've been here for 18 days.
Way to go.
Yeah. Nobody knows that what I see. Nobody.
And every time you start
knows
singing,
but Jesus.
you hear this little kick at the door.
Shut up in there! No singing! Singing bad!
Gob.
Princess!
Oh, princess!
It's the only thing I do in Goblin.
It's funny how she's wearing a knitted sweater, thinking that would make her laughter quieter. When it is not helping.
We just need like
Her
a
suffocating is helping at this point.
Somebody's been studying too much.
So much.
Too many credits in one semester. She's on burnout and she needed that.
I did. Please do not ask me about language planning in the Middle East.
Okay, so Jocelyn, how long have you been in lockup?
Well, Myfanawy has been here for 9 long days.
Ooh.
Yeah, very long.
Ooh.
Was it? Long and hard.
You've seen the things and
Friends
done some
out.
time.
Lockup changes a woman.
That bottom slut doing some tricks.
It's apparently ladies' night.
I would just say it's very hard to maintain sultry amidst a deep desire to giggle hysterically.
But you keep a strong
I've been here
face.
for twice as long.
I'm sure you have a better relationship with the work than I do.
He likes my singing. I'm good at playing the instrument.
Do you play the flute?
Not
I think that's
typically,
me, isn't
but
it?
I have been known to play jaunty tune.
That would be me. I got the flute.
Oh God. Okay.
I've been here 5 days and there's not a goddamn thing in my soul.
5 days.
Huh?
I have 4 days.
Oh, that's backwards. I was here 4 days because she
Oh.
got caught first.
Okay.
You're a rascally rabbit.
Oh, were we supposed to announce what we found in our cell? as well?
Only if you want to.
I got nothing.
I mean, you can share with your fellow teammates if you want. I mean, you can share it with the goblin as well. I see what he
I've
does
got a
about
song in my heart.
I didn't find the men's song with the.
Yeah. Well,
it.
I
Those
know.
weren't mints.
Well, I
But they
know
got the rats out of the room at least.
that. I know that outside these
Oh, you're telling your secret.
doors are magic flying weapons to try and stop us from escaping.
Interesting.
We can play battle.
Spiritual weapon.
This is making noise and I thought I'd turn it off.
How about you, Nicole?
I've been here 5 days because apparently we were digging in the garden and I got through first. I got a little excited. And I'm not going to share my secret.
Oh, your 2 secrets, technically.
Well, I mean, I only shared one of my secrets.
Yeah. Golda, how about you?
I don't know. I've only been here 3 days. I just showed up a little bit ago. There is literally nothing in this box. There's not a bed, there's not a toilet, there's not a nothing in this box.
Not even a bucket.
There is something, by the way, Golda, since you got lucky cell 1 and 2 side by side there, since you're number 2.
Yep.
You did learn in your short time here, since you are the short timer, that one of the blocks in the wall can be pushed so you can go to the cell next door.
Oh.
If you choose to squeeze your way through there.
I certainly
try
did,
doing a
'cause
dex,
choose your own adventure.
So if you choose, you can squeeze your way into cell number 1. Which, from what you've noticed, the only thing you notice that hanging from the ceiling is a rope with a small little wood cage that's got a rat inside it.
So I like squeeze my head through it and I look up at it. I'm like, huh.
And the rat kind of looks at you, picks up a piece of bread, chews at it, and kind of throws some of his crumb to you.
I catch that.
Okay. And then he goes back to eating his, scraps in his cage.
Can I wedge myself through?
If you can make me a
Or he can't refuse.
something dexterous, sleight of hand, or survival, or acrobatics. Acrobatics would be good since they're all the same negative one on your character sheet.
Yay! 9.
You get stuck.
Great.
You go ahead and try it again. I'm sure you can probably get on your second try.
No!
That was cocked.
Corner.
Okay, I can accept. Okay, yeah. See, your second time you squeeze through, you push the stone through, you get up, dust yourself off. You got some dungeon grime on you now, and there's this little rat just looking at you. He's got like attitude. His little rat eyes.
Okay.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Is he speaking Sylvan? Or is he speaking rat?
He's just speaking rat.
Okay. So I get up and I look in his cage. Is there anything other than droppings?
It's a wooden cage. It doesn't have any. It's immaculately clean except for the food that's being eaten, and it's got lots of magic sigils carved into the wood in the cage. And this is a good point for me to tell all of you guys. For some reason, any of you that are magical based, it feels like because of those little dots with the dotted line circles around them.
Does my divine sense do anything in here?
No, because there seems to be an anti-magic field preventing any of you from using your magic.
Great. So you're not clean.
It's almost like some wizard knew you guys had magical abilities and put you in a place where you
I've
couldn't
been in
use
here
your
for 18 days without a comb, without the ability to clean.
Your hair is frizzed out.
No, I'm an
Back
elf.
in the party.
No.
Elf dreads.
I'm like using my fingers to comb my leggings.
Yeah, I've got my hair pulled back and tied in like a knot back.
Do I have
Yes,
hair?
I plaited it because
You're funny. You're covered in fur.
honestly.
Do you have?
I have fur.
Does a rabbitkin have additional hair
I don't know.
weavings, or does
You're
it?
like an Angora rabbit, one of those guys.
Now, are you the Angora type or are you the short?
It's only white or brown.
So are you a New Zealand or are you an American brown?
I think you're a fancy one.
I think
It would
you're
be
fancy
like
too.
being like, I'm just rabbit.
No.
Fancy rabbit.
Fancy rabbits. So you got big, thick, wafty hair.
Yeah, super, super cool.
super, super pain in the ass in the
And
party
the big
patch.
floppier ears as opposed to the small, delicate ones.
So, sorry, back to the cage that you're inspecting. Now that we've made sure that everyone knows how horribly screwed you are with magic.
Does it look like something I can open?
It looks like you could open. It's got a little teeny tiny brass padlock, but it looks like you could break that lock off without even trying. Throw it on the ground. Throw it on the ground and stomp on it till it opens.
Are you this kind of rabbit?
Oh, I hope so.
Look
Oh.
at their face.
Which rabbit was
Right? I don't know. He's just like a ball of cloud.
Oh, it's an Angora.
Oh, Angora.
They're super pretty.
Yeah.
That's why you said you need to be a fancy.
You'll have to take a screenshot
the ones
and
that-
shoot that picture to me so we can use
Was
it.
it like that? Is it humid in here? It feels like it's humid in here.
Right? So let me see if I can do.
So I'm gonna try to open it.
I just
Okay.
got this image
Go
of
and give me a
Fizz
strength check.
from
Break the
Black
puny
Crystal.
little walk.
the Dark Crystal Fizzgig.
Oh,
14.
14, you easily snap the little lock open and you can open the little door.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn into a
Okay?
monster.
Little rat crawls up on your hand. And,
Oh no, you don't.
okay, he goes flopping under the
No,
door.
no, no. Like I get him down and then I put him onto the ground.
Okay, so you nicely put him down.
Yeah. I'm
kinda
from the wilderness. I'm not going to be a jackass to an animal.
Backhanded.
Okay.
What the fuck is going on around here?
Okay, the rat kind
That just seems rude.
of looks up at you, kind of holding one of its crumbs, chewing on the crumbs, just looking at you. He's just eyeballing you.
Okay, so I crawl back through my hole.
Okay.
I look out the door to see if I can see a different view from
that door too.
one.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception roll. It's and you're going to be disadvantaged because it's very, very little crack opening to look through.
13.
A disadvantage, so go ahead and roll twice.
Oh.
The lowest of the two rolls.
What? Do I get my eye poked out by some?
You look, and just as you
Critical
do,
fail.
you happen to see a belt buckle right there. and realize that as you're there, someone is getting ready to open the slot and look inside. What are you gonna do?
I try to throw myself quietly, like
Go
I'm
and
wearing
give me a
underboots,
stealth and see if-
and try to back up against the wall.
give me a stealth roll to get out of the view. They must have heard some noise.
Can I
I'm not
hide
good
really
at
loud?
stealthing.
Can you see what they're doing?
What's the number? 13?
That's the number. That's the
12.
number. 12? Okay, you barely managed to do the whole go up against the wall, holding your breath, as the little slot, and you just hear this deep voice going, "Oh, the rat's out of the cage again. I need to get the key." And it slams, the door slams so heavy the door and the wall you're against vibrates. And you hear the footsteps walking away, lumbering.
I become the Flash. Speed myself back through.
Okay, and put the block back in place like nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, a little while longer, you hear some more grunting and clink of the door. It slides over. "Back in here. How did you break this box?" And basically, "Zag, give me the bag." And you basically hear the door, the goblin come up, "Stupid rat, they should just let us step on it and finish it off." And he throws the bag in there, and you hear something get thrown in the bag really loudly, and then something tossed in the cage, and a little clink of a little chain wrapped around it. As you hear this squeeze, and then the slam of the door, and they go back to the end. Then all of a sudden, your cell's the next. You see the little slot open up. Food! And basically some half-eaten bread gets thrown in with a couple half-eaten apples. Slammed shut. Then, of course, cell next to you, the same thing happens, and you just hear this slew of orcish slurs thrown out to the cave.
I don't try to step on that side.
Okay. And then some food is tossed in his cell. And then comes to Jocelyn. What are you doing in your cell?
I'm looking at pictures of Angora bunnies.
You got skills with your mage. You're like, "I'm channeling my archfey and the warlord to send me some bunny pictures to
Maybe
find
you have
myself."
my nightcap in it.
Send me a bunny with the mean streak a mile wide.
That's right.
Well, over the course of these last 9 days, I've been trying to use my charm, my wit, to build a relationship with the goblin who keeps coming to my door to bring me things.
Oh.
This is the half ogre, right?
So the goblin would be the one that wants to feed you instead, since you've been flirting with him? You are a halfling. You are just two small creatures.
That's right, and I keep telling him I have a very open mind.
And basically you see that the top door open up and big old eyes on food.
Hey, I told you, I'd feed the one in that cell.
And all of a sudden you hear this knock.
Hey, Toots.
And a little slowly opening, this little goblin's looking there.
Hey, cute stuff.
Hi.
I stowed you some meat.
And he wears a big chicken leg through the little opening there.
Is it warm and juicy, just like I like it?
Oh, you're gonna like to suck this meat off this bone.
Someone else is going to play with it.
That bone's only gonna keep me for so long.
Maybe next time I'm watching the cell block alone, I can come say hi. Bring you another piece of meat.
Oh, God.
I hope you do.
And here, I smuggled you the last of the wine in the wineskin.
You're just so good to me, and I've been so bad.
It's the fades in her. Oh. And you hear a slam the whole time the big guy's been watching the little thing like, I don't know what's being said because the adults are talking, but it's kind of interesting. She makes me feel funny when she talks like that.
Okay, feed the rest of them.
And then all of a sudden you hear the next door, food, and he throws food down. You hear some snide little remark, but you can't quite make it out because it's said under his breath. And then, of course, click, goes, there skips a cell that nobody's in.
Oh, hey, do I get a perk because flattery is my preferred trick for getting what I want?
Ooh.
Do you need another one? Because it apparently circled around you. It's behind, on the other side.
Yes, thank you. That was like.
Apparently, I
Where
got
is that?
poker chip skills. It was over here is where I saw it
Trick
last.
shot
Oh
with
my
a booger.
gosh.
Right?
It like went all the way around my chair. That was magic.
All right. So while I'm over here looking for it,
Well, for perception.
quick, honey, roll for perception for me.
All right.
Oh,
Let's see how
there
well
it is.
you
Why
do.
your knee?
Oh,
Jocelyn got a natural 20.
so it managed to get back
You got
here.
5.
How good is that?
I don't know. That was how many feet that was? That was
All
a
the way
lot.
across the table, around you, and a back shot. Call that the J shot, since it was a J.
It wasn't Jay.
All right,
That'll
so
never happen
who's
again.
in the next room? What number is that?
7.
7. That would be the bar.
Well, who's that one there?
The number 5.
The number 5?
Yeah.
It's a nobody.
That's a number 8. That's Brittney.
No, this one is nobody.
This one is a nobody.
That was the little snide remark that you didn't quite make out.
NPC.
There's someone in there, but he made a snide remark not loud enough for the big guy to hear it and smack him around again.
Okay.
Discretion. So,
What's the half ogre's name? I would have learned it by
Oh.
now.
After 18 days, sweet Jesus.
his name is Ox.
Ox.
Ox, because he's big like ox.
Ox.
And eats ox. Whole ox, one sitting. Best day ever.
Goes by rocks.
No, but they say I have rocks in the head.
Ox.
He kind of opens the door. He kind of lingers, just blinking at you, waiting for music.
I was like, yes and no. I was like, let's see here. Say nighty night and kiss me.
And he just
Just hold me close and
Smoothly
tell
looking.
me. Oh, hello, Ox. How are you tonight?
he just waves hi to you, all coy and shy.
And I
Little blush
wave
on
back.
his forehead and cheeks.
And I wave back.
And he kind of like sticks 2 fingers through the opening because his hand's so big and kind of holds the food waiting for you to come get it.
And I will come over and I won't take it, but I will take his hand too and like squeeze it gently.
And as soon as you do that, you're, hey, Ox! I told you, don't hang around her door. She's trouble. We're on to your tricks.
It's not a trick if I can just make him smile.
And he kind
It
of
makes
frowns and
my
takes
day.
his fingers back and kind of throws an extra food in.
And I'm gonna wink at him.
He kind of
and
blushes.
smile.
You just hear.
Good.
He
because
closes it.
because I like seeing the smiles on people's faces.
Oh,
That's
but
all
you guys
that
get your
matters.
inspiration early.
I think you're
I'm gonna need it without my spells.
Right. All I've got is my charm.
Okay, and then next he's coming up to Brittney's cell.
Charisma.
And he comes up and he kind of opens the door. He looks at you like, are you gonna do tricks? And kind of like wiggles
Boy,
a
am I.
and then flicks some like carrot stubs through like a whole handful of little carrot ends that were left uneaten.
Is he still with the goblin?
Oh no, the goblin's a distance away, but he's kind of looking at you.
I'm gonna tell him I have to go pee real bad and he needs to unlock the door for me.
But he kind of points in your cell. There's a bucket.
Oh, so we do have a bucket.
You do have
okay.
buckets.
But I'm a girl. Girls can't use buckets.
Yes, you can. You use bucket easier than me.
But it's too big for me, Ox. Can you help? Can you unlock and I'll sneak out later so you don't get in trouble?
Would you like to give me a deception roll here?
What about a persuasion roll?
Okay, persuasion is good too.
So that is 11.
No, unfortunately, that's not good enough to convince him to let you leave the door unlocked so you can go tinkle.
Apparently you've used it for the last 4 days, so
I've been holding it the whole time.
And he is utterly confused why there's round pellets at the bottom of the bucket.
Oh my
How does this work? And then he throws, another piece of lettuce and then closes the door. Sorry. And then he comes to the next one. Kind of looks, throws meat, and slams the door shut.
I start howling like fucking crazy.
And you can just, if you can see through the door, you see him cringe when you start howling.
Scratching at the window.
Yeah. I sit up and take notice across the hall.
Zag, doggy not happy. And he kind of lumbers off to go to his table and eat some more of your guys' food.
No, the steak's for me.
What is the floor made out of?
It's stone.
Whoa.
Smooth, magically molded stone.
When they moved on,
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get back into the cell,
Okay.
The rats one.
the rat cell.
You notice the rat is in the cage. The
In a
little
bag.
chain. The bag is outside the cage. Looks like he may have pushed it through the bars to get it out of the cell, and he's there sitting chewing on a new piece of bread that they put in there.
Okay.
He just kind of gives you. It's almost like a non-committal shrug.
So I take the bag
Okay.
and I wedge it so it's standing there so it looks like the bag is still there with him still in it.
Okay.
So if somebody slides open the door when they look in, they'll
Okay.
just see the bag. And I kind of fluff it out a little bit so it looks like there's something in it.
Okay.
And I point to the bag and I'm like, if you leave the bag alone, they'll think you're in it and they won't come fuck with you.
He looks at the bag. He looks at you. Looks at the bag. Looks at
You
the
open the bag?
And he kind of turns his butt to you at one point, looking at his back. And you notice on his tail there seems to be, it looks not like a ring, but almost like a clip. You know, like little clippy clips of gold, and it looks like some kind of other mineral. Some kind of stone that's been ground up and pushed into a little design into it.
Oh, like a sigil or
Can I try to, like if I say, do you want me to take that off? And I reach my hand in without touching him, but I leave my hand there so he can.
Puts his tail in between your fingers.
So I try to slide the ring off.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand. Of all people to be put in this cell.
Nobody has the
13.
12!
12?
I negative one to all the fun stuff.
It kind of wiggles, but it makes this like ping sounds.
Cut it off.
We have a masochist in the family.
And it's the cute fuzzy bunny.
One rodent to another, I guess.
It'll grow back. I don't think that's the type of rodent this
Rubber
is.
ships.
Okay. So you want to go ahead and give it more of a try?
Yeah.
Maybe
I'll
with
give
some
it
of the
another
more
tug.
gentle hand.
See if that'll help.
By the way, is this embracing any of your
I watch
inspiration?
over my friends as if they were a litter of newborn pups. So I'm assuming that I found him and he's in a cage, and so now I have to try to take care of him.
I'll give you that much.
Is my reason for coming back when I know
Uh-huh.
I can cause us both trouble. No! It's now permanently on.
Wait, use your
So-
inspiration.
Well, she has to use it before she rolls.
Yeah.
So a 6, and basically this
Oh, I
side.
thought it was a 1.
Oh, no, it's not a 1.
As
As you are now attached to
Not
the rat.
another one.
Right.
Another 1, and they kept
Now I'm
check.
attached to the rat.
So basically, the rat's squeaking, and he's like, no, thank you. He's moving his tail away from you.
All right.
You have
So-
man hands.
I
Big,
do.
manly man hands.
I do. So I put my hands up so he sees that I'm not trying to touch him anymore, and I say, "Do you want that taken off of you?"
And you get kind of an affirmative squeaking nod.
Okay.
Do you have any greasy stuff?
He's not a
I'm
normal rat.
there. I have no idea what you have. I'm not there.
I got my underoos and my big man hands. Those are the things that I have at the moment,
And
and a complete lack of dex. He's eating bread. What was my food?
Your food was just assorted like ends of bread.
No,
ends
she
of
got, you
apple.
got a piece of bread and 2 half apples.
So if I
Partially
go
wrapped.
get the apple, can I use the apple as a lubricant?
You can. I would give you advantage for using apple mush as a lubricant.
Let me get a
for pulling
different
this
dice
ring
to
off.
try this with. I don't know if it'll work.
Would
but
you like to use the bigger, blacker
Say-
dice of doom?
Do it.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna do nothing.
I
good
will
for
let
me.
you touch the dice and let me steal some of your karma. And you get advantage, so it's the
9.
better of the two. So go ahead and roll again. Decisions. Which dice to use?
7.
No,
16.
16.
16. You basically juice the apple with your big man hands that make jelly out of
Just
fruit.
like, what is she doing?
And it kind of like catches some apple mush and eats it while you're doing this, and you're gingerly wiggling with the apple juice, mash, butter. this little ring slides off and immediately clamps. Like
Well, one should
completely
always have
closed.
lubrication.
And you can tell the rat is like definitely happy because it's stretching and stretching a little tail and stretching and picks up some of the little apple stuff and eats it too.
Okay.
Okay, what do you do?
Inspect it.
Like, is there anything I can do with this thing that clamped itself shut?
Oh, do you want to
The
keep
ring?
it? You can put it on your finger if you want.
No.
Okay.
That sounds like a horrible plan. I will take it with me into my... No.
Okay, so you got this little basically it's like almost like handcuffs. You know how they go clink, 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 and they come all the way through?
Okay.
So we'll call it the little pinky clamp.
Small pinky clamp.
That's
Off
much
rat's
cleaner. Than
Got it.
So you
Okay.
did give a rat's ass.
I gave her as
Can you?
Hi. We are unclean. What did you eat?
I was just thinking about what to do with the ring.
I didn't.
Here.
I think any time it attaches to you is a poor choice.
Or
so
you could attach it to a guard.
I could try. I don't know if it'll do anything for us, but so I look at him. I'm like, helping you out. Didn't help you out
And
at
it
all.
literally gives you a thumbs up. The rodent gives you a thumbs
right
up.
hands.
He's
Yeah. I'll remember you're here. If I am able to get out, I'll come let you out. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I shimmy myself back in and put the stone
Okay.
back in.
Is the rat still in the box?
And
Yes. It didn't do so good for him when I took him out of the box last time. It felt like they were mean to him, and that made me unhappy. But I do have this thing from his ass.
and she's got the ring too. So for the next couple hours, is there anything special any of you guys are doing? Besides listening to the
Howling.
banging on the door,
All the time.
some howl. You know that
All
dog
the
that
time.
just won't stop barking.
All
I'm
the
married
fucking
to
time.
And this is when the bunny just goes, and this is a good day.
Like a dog without a bone.
So I'm guessing I've like explored myself pretty completely. It's like all smooth. There aren't any like chinks in the wall or anything like that.
It seems to be a really, really good trap.
Right.
There's
So I don't have any
She
bits
doesn't
of
have any stones that slide out of the way.
no bits of metal that I can use for.
Depends. Does your little cheat sheet say you have anything?
It says I have a flawed gemstone.
Apparently you managed to find a gemstone that seems to have some weird flaw in it.
What
Would
does
you-
my
Would
perception
you like
tell
to
me?
roll an arcana?
Yeah, sure. That's an
Well, your really bad perception doesn't tell you anything, but let's go ahead and roll an arcana and see if that helps.
Yeah, let's not roll that dice. It doesn't like me. So that likes me even less.
Obviously, your arcana skill was not something you actually went to magic school to learn because you're a warlock.
Because
But,
we all
that
don't
makes it a
dex.
9.
It looks like this is a pretty cool gemstone. It's probably worth at least 50 gold pieces.
You might have slept your way to a better grade than that.
You know,
It
I
is the Fae.
just not
Could have
going to comment on that.
I'm gonna.
Is it sharp? Can I like?
It's like a little ruby. It's not really
No
like
facets.
cutting. No. It's just looks like somebody had some raw stone and did something with it, and it's now burnt out.
I'm gonna try and use my shard of flint to see if I can pick the lock.
Give me a sleight of hand. With a little or purple or dice.
That would be a 9.
You hear like a grinding sound as you're putting this piece of flint that she found in her cell that's like almost a dagger. And she's putting in that lock and putting in that lock, and you just hear this grinding sound of flint shattering and breaking inside the lock. It didn't break the knife, your shank.
Just shaved off.
Your
a
prison
little.
shank, but it's now got this weird keyhole
I know, I saw
nose. Okay, so
How big are the windows? Like, can I?
it's
put
literally
them in?
this
Oh,
big of a
really?
window. It's like smaller than the palm
What,
of your
I mean,
hand.
the little doors.
Oh, the doors, they're about this big.
Like,
If you could open it, because it's locked on the outside, but if you could open it, you could get most of your forearm through.
Did he shut my window?
Oh yeah, they're all closed and locked.
Break your lock at the bar.
Somebody get out of there.
Okay. So as a few hours have passed, you hear some loud snoring. It's so loud it's reverberating through the doors. And of course the orc is giving up cussing and banging the door. Small puddle of urine coming outside the bottom of the door. It's not a very classy guy. And then there's a slight shuffling sound.
Is that my door?
It's at your door.
Oh. Hello.
Little door opens at the waist high level.
Hey, Toots.
I'm just breathless with anticipation. I thought you'd never get here.
I was just saying, and all of a sudden the bard starts singing, anticipation.
As long as you do it quietly, so it's
Yes.
an underscore.
Yes.
I will give her advantage on the scene because it's a beautiful moment as he goes,
What are you gonna show me tonight?
Well, I mean, there's only so much I can show you through the door. If you came in here, I could show you ever so much more.
and he kind of like looks down the hallway.
No one needs to know. We'll be so busy, you and I.
Give me are you going to go with persuasion or deceit?
I think it's more of a persuasion.
I'm gonna go with deception.
Oh!
And I'm gonna use my motherfucking advantage.
Because obviously you've been setting him up in advance.
Bitch better put out.
Warming him up.
He is ever so silent.
Chicken breakfast.
And he puts the keys in the door and clicks the door quietly open to not wake up his guard nor the guards down the way. And he opens the door and he's all excited to see you. His little goblin cheeks are so orange with blush.
Oh.
And he's got, a little torch that he just like puts a little skull in there.
He's got a torch for you.
Oh my god.
And he slowly closes the door and then locks it and puts his keys on his belt, but then he looks at you and kind of like tucks his keys in the back of his pants.
Much safer.
Yeah. And then he's just kind of wringing his hands together. Oh, Toots, what do you got to show me?
Well, I thought I'd start with a little dance. Maybe you'd like to help me with a few moves.
Ooh.
You're gonna have to come closer. I'm afraid you're gonna have to touch me.
I like me a shorty. And he comes pattering up. And he's getting real close to you. What is it you're gesturing for him to touch?
How do I work this to my advantage?
You have a 20. He's putting your hands right now.
So, I guess I'm gonna manipulate him to throw him on the bed.
Okay. He
Or
gets a
the
little rough.
pallet.
Roughly, start getting frisky with him, pounce him on the bed, on top.
Yo, yeah, I'm on top. And I start doing a little shimmy. And as I shimmy, I'm like, shimmying my hips around his hips. And I'm like, oh, baby, you need to loosen these trousers. We really cannot enjoy these dance moves with all this fabric in the way.
And he is immediately grabbing it, pulling strings off, and discarding clothes quickly, till all you see is the green shimmer of his nudity.
Excellent.
Oh,
Time to the bed. He's right where you don't want him.
Except one orange and gorged Oregon.
His cheeks, on the other hand, are quite pink.
Yes, by the way, on the edge of the floor, his pants are on the floor with the keys hanging out them.
all right. So what would I use if I wanted to Oh, I know what I'll do.
I like that answer.
Baby, I think I've got just the game for you. I think I know just what you want me to do with you. Do you want me to take over here? Do you want me to make your night one you'll never forget?
Yes, 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 yes. Yes!
Yeah.
And at this juncture, for our listening audience, I just want you to know auditioned to be a phone sex worker and they didn't accept me.
I'd hire you.
Thanks.
A creative playing podcast network. Call 1-900 for a roll time.
Yeah, I need some money for my dice, baby.
Crit.
Alright, so...
It is ladies' night.
Apparently it is. Also, I'm strung out from writing papers. Alright. So, speaking of ladies' night, you know the best thing I can do, you know what's going to really heighten this experience for you, baby, is if you let me blindfold you so all you can do is feel every curve as I roll against you. What do you think about that, baby?
Oh, I'm your prisoner. Tie me up.
Yeah. Alright. Just take care of that. Take me a minute.
Can I just borrow your belt?
So I'm gonna tie him up, and then I'm gonna take his shirt, and I'm gonna basically wad some in his mouth after I've tied him up.
So you don't.
Yeah, no, we don't want anyone to know, baby, what we're doing. So we've gotta be really. You're not
When I'm through with you.
You're just giving him advantage on the stealth roll, that's all.
right. So I've blindfolded him, I've tied him up, and I've jammed his shirt in his mouth.
And he's loving every second of this.
So I'm gonna shimmy down his torso.
Hi. We're having a sexy scene, and you
I
just
know,
come in
I
all sultry, like, yes. Oh.
I forgot what I was saying.
Because it's ladies' night.
I have a moment. Okay, so it looks like everyone's kind of in the middle of things, so I'm going to stay up until 10. I just ask that everyone be at it by 10.
Okay, thank you.
Like, out of my life.
Alright,
So tomorrow. Okay.
Is it hot in here now?
It's gotten stuffy now.
It's because it's one or the other, guys.
It's
You
true.
know my sweater, because I am.
It's because everything's gotten all hot and sultry.
now, but as soon as we turn the AC back on, I'm gonna be cold.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's because we're in
Yeah, I
this
come in
weird,
and, like,
sultry
Jocelyn
sex
and you,
moment.
let's be honest, like, there's a lot of little redheads in here, so y'all are adorable, but y'all get pink real quick.
Hey, but pink means healthy.
But look, it totally does. It also means I'm gonna pass out and die. So,
You can't have that.
yeah. I just looked over at Jocelyn and she was like the reddest. I'm like, oh,
No, that's embarrassment.
She's blushing herself with seducing the goblin.
It's
Oh,
really,
really?
I'm red because of my
Also, we tried to
tactics.
seduce the door. We're good. Right.
Back to our
So
moment.
I'm gonna shimmy down his body with
Ooh.
a sort of sinuous movement, make it seem like really I'm gonna put a lot of verve into my movement and convince him that I'm up to something, you know, like flip my hair, rub my hair across his torso. It's just gonna be very sensuous. And then I'm gonna get up, grab his belt, take the keys, and unlock the door.
And literally the second you click the lock, you get
I'm gonna start howling.
and then the music stops and the howling begins.
Oh, baby, you don't want me to do what's on my mind to do to you next. You want to be a very good boy. Otherwise, things might change in tone, if you know what I mean. That's right. So, shh. I can't give you that special loving if you aren't quiet.
And he just kind of like silently is ringing against the bonds on his wrists.
So that gem, how big is it?
It's about that big.
Well, it's not really good blushing.
No, it's not a rock.
However-
It's basically just a little gemstone.
Behind you.
Unless you already used it.
I don't need it except for the keys. I mean,
So
with the-
you are officially at the door. What would you like to do? Do you have the door open? You look down the hallway and let's get old Zag there in his little dom position. There he is in his dom position on the bed.
all I had was my charm and my nudity.
And you only needed half of that. That and a D20 will get you naked goblin every time.
Not what I ever wanted in my life, but well.
So you're looking down the hallway. You see it's got some the little circles with the dotted lines. Those glow a faint blue glow, which lights up the area nicely. And you see the ogre is sitting. I mean, the half ogre is sitting there with his feet on the table, and his head's just
Sawn logs.
And you see like half a roasted chicken on his chest, half eaten.
And there's a
Little bastard starving us.
So,
as the bird.
I'm gonna sneak out the door and then I'm gonna close it and lock it behind me.
Okay.
And
Give me a stealth check, just in case.
right. Well, hey. Great.
Are you as good at that as I am?
Better? I am
I
better.
think we all dubbed Dex.
No, I didn't.
That's a grand total of 4.
There's a clink noise as you jingle the locks with the
So
key
am I the
ring.
only
It's a little bit
dexterous one here?
loud, so most
only
of you
dex.
guys kind of hear a clinking sound of the keys. Maybe you think the goblin's doing a midnight bed check or something.
Ox, is that you? Ox, is that you?
Do I hear that? Do I perceive her voice calling for Ox?
You do hear one of the other cells whispering out.
I sneak
Okay.
over to the cell where I hear whispering.
Okay.
Skip
Skipping, knocking the stone against the wall.
Hey, now it's a 7. That's more
Okay.
sneaky
That,
than
that is more sneaky. Your hips are in seduction mode right now, not walkie walk mode.
It's really hard. Yeah.
So
it's
so
really hard.
you sneak across the way.
So I'm directly across the hall from you.
Right,
Yep.
and I'm going to unlock your door.
Wow, you're much better than Ox. Or that vile little goblin.
Give me a stealth roll for your shouting.
I didn't shout.
I ain't shouting like I rolled a 1.
I got 7. I was surprised. I got a 7.
Yeah, you were surprised it was all the way up to a 7. Okay, you guys hear.
Where's my other?
Chicken.
No.
And he's just sucking on a chicken bone like a pacifier. And then slowly.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
You don't want to know what I did. So, we should get the rest of the people
Where's
here.
how did you get out?
Keys?
Those are the goblin's keys.
I know.
Where's the goblin?
In my cell.
Is he alive or dead?
Yes. Alive.
I can fix that.
Bard's got dark side.
Neutral.
I'm chaotic good.
Can I hear them since they're
I'll give you a perception
Your ears
roll.
are huge.
You get advantage on all listening checks.
Do I get advantage now?
I would actually, it's going to be, do you normally get one on perception? Okay, if it doesn't say so, then you don't. I was actually going to give you disadvantage, but you only have to roll higher than a 7 to hear them. Okay, roll twice, because it was disadvantage. The door is muffly.
Yes.
You hear them whispering about goblin keys. It's obviously not the goblin or the half-ogre.
So I show my dagger, my shiv.
She's got a shit.
I got a shiv.
Your Morse code to me.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna grab it from
With
to
her
my
foot.
husband.
That's excellent.
We're getting
Sorry,
we're
Morse
ready.
code is not one of my languages.
I'll tap it in Sylvan.
It's common, Elvish, or Draconic, and we're good.
I'm the one who knows Sylvan.
Well, we know Sylvan.
Okay.
Alright.
Yes, but if I hear anything happening in Sylvan,
We're
Yeah, we
gonna
all know.
we're gonna tap it out.
Just do
Tabba, tabba, tabba.
Do
We're
I
just-
hear anything
hey.
next door to us?
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Apparently somebody's Twitter paid it over there.
It's a 15 for my perception. Oh.
Never mind. You don't need to look at my bigger, blacker dice of doom that just rolled 14.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm gonna sneak next door. I'm gonna let you out. Please be quiet.
Okay. Clink.
Little padded feet.
The pitter patter of padded toes.
Very, very big toes.
Well, she does have lucky feet.
That's only if they're not
The
attached.
puppy should
That's what
continue
I'm
to
like.
make the same noises the puppy has been making. Be quiet. I mean, because you've been
Keep
noisy.
howling.
Just keep doing this. If he suddenly is quiet, then they'll know something's up. How quiet.
Makes a very good point.
So you guys can sneak.
Yes.
There you go.
So I'm howling louder.
Okay.
Something that.
I will go and let the howler out.
And I tap against my door. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Insulted.
It's a lot of code.
It's the new code.
Alright, so I've let out the wolf and I'll sneak across and start the other doors.
And you're, hey, who's out there? From the cell between where your cell and the person who's tapping nicely and politely.
I will go over there.
I hear whispers out there. Open cell door.
Keep your voice down.
Open the door.
Is this the
Wait, who's
ogre?
This
Or
would be
talking?
the
Or
orc.
the orc.
So
Through his
I'm
door.
going to use my deception
Oh, this
Okay.
guy.
Yeah, that
and
guy.
I'm going to try and mimic the sound of the goblin.
I failed miserably.
And
Should've
you
let
say,
me try.
you heard something, what, gobbity gook?
Yes.
Something like that? Goobity gob?
Yeah.
Gobbity gook!
He's calling princess.
Sort of. It's like, I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I get, would that be performance? Okay, I got a 17.
Okay, so what do you say to him? It's in the goblin's voice in your best impersonation of the goblin. I am.
Shut up, you.
Okay, you see him get kind of quiet. You want to throw anything else out there that'll shut him up?
Better be quiet or you won't get fed at all.
You just see a yellow puddle under the door. That's pretty much how he solves all his
He
issues.
just pees on things.
Alright, so
I do not like him at helping.
I'll open
He's probably the reason your cell smells.
door without the P
Okay,
and the door next to the door without the P.
okay. So you've opened the
One
cleric's
and two.
door, and as you're walking up, so all of your cells are unlocked.
Almost. I mean, there are two cells I haven't gotten
Among you
to.
that, for some reason you don't trust NPCs. What's up with that?
I don't trust the P.
Well, has that one guy
Door.
said anything? The other one?
Persuade the half-ogre.
You get the idea. He's awake because you hear a slight shuffling sound, but he's listening intently.
I'll leave him there.
This guy?
No,
this
that-
guy.
All right. Yeah, I came to you first because you made
Yeah.
noise.
Okay, so
Because I was
you're.
thinking you might have been Ox, who I was working on because
You
I got
seem a
out
little-
because of the goblin, and that's why he's onto my tricks. So I
So
escaped once
Keep me in the
before.
cell with my door unlocked so I can keep howling so it doesn't sound like I'm outside.
So all of you guys have your cells unlocked. What are you guys doing at this point when she's going to the other cell and unlocking it for you?
I go in there to get the rat out.
Okay.
And I slip I look at him and put him up on my shoulder and say, hold on.
Okay. Just as soon as you jump in there and grab the little rat, break the little door again,
Yep.
throw the little rat on your shoulder, and he's like, yeah. He gives you buddy Jesus thoughts.
All right.
At that exact moment, you hear, Ox, get them! Get them all! And out comes Naked Goblin.
I took his keys.
How did he get the key?
He
Yeah.
wriggled
He
free.
rolled a 20.
Well, no, I mean, he didn't have a
Okay,
key.
I'm right next to him. Can I stab him with
Wait,
my...
how does he get out without a key?
Well, actually, he had his lockpicks in his pant leg because he's been locked in his cell before. There's a reason why they don't trust the bard.
I see.
Part of her background is she does have disadvantage talking to the goblin because she's escaped before.
After 18 days.
Can I attack him?
You can go up and shake his ass. He is naked. The only thing he is armed with is his full goblin glory in all its orangeness,
Oh.
and he's yelling to get attention.
And I'm just going to go ahead and...
Give me a roll.
Stabbity, stabbity.
Oh, are you using advantage?
I'm going to use advantage.
Oh my god. Well, goblins are green and
Okay,
lush,
would that be-
and
okay,
hobgoblins
so-
are orangish, so I'm just going with, instead of pink, their pink is orange.
17.
17? That will definitely shank the naked goblin.
Shank him dead or
Well, she's
She's
hit.
got to roll damage, huh? Shake him dead.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. You slash out at him, and you hit him right here, and he's just bleeding, but he is not dead.
Okay, and then just hold it to his neck, saying, "I'd be quiet if I were you."
Okay. Go ahead and everyone roll me initiative.
Can I go pee before initiative?
Yes, you can go pee before initiative.
Yes.
If I come out of my cell, can I look around? Is our weapon?
Sure. With the shouting you heard, you probably think looking out your cell door is probably a smart thing.
Can I like just come out right here?
Sure. That's perfect.
And look around for my
You look.
weapon?
You do not see any of your personal belongings. And we will take a quick break. Does anyone else need to take a break for anything?
Oh,
Make me
break's
all
a good
go
idea.
in.
Break is probably a very good idea.
Break is good.
Let me actually check. And we can actually say, and that's a good place to wrap it up there. And we'll record when we get back from break.
Oh,
I got this poor look of desperation, like, no, that's
I just gotta I had to seduce a goblin.
in all his goblin glory. Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.
On the battlefield, I'm a warrior, ready to kill or be killed. I've defeated orcs from the north, sent Kandorian demon spawns back to the depths, and drank with Cimmerian heroes. But when I get back from a hard day of disemboweling my enemies, I enjoy nothing more than to open my castle doors and find a dungeon crate as my reward for blood well spilled. Designed for role players and tabletop gamers, Dungeon Crate is a monthly subscription box service with a treasure hoard of loot you can use on or off the battlefield. Miniatures, dice, tokens, coins, maps, modules, terrain pieces, handcrafted items, RPG jewelry, and more are yours for only a few gold per month. You even get a digital crate along with a physical one as an added bonus. So what say you? Are you ready for postal glory? Oh boy. DungeonCrate.com. Let the adventure begin.
I'm just the right age that Pokemon completely passed me by.
Oh,
I'm with you.
I know we're too old. Get in on it.
Yeah, lots of people really excited by it.
I know who Pikachu is.
I mean,
Yes,
I've heard of
Squirtle.
Pikachu.
I know what a Squirtle
Did you see
is.
the Ditto in the Pikachu parade?
Yeah.
One of them was the Ditto.
The dot eyes.
I know that Ash
Ditto
was
is
a bad
blob
owner and
that can
electrocuted
transform
his
into any of them.
face.
Oh.
And the only way you could tell is if it had dot eyes rather than the big candy
It's
eyes.
got like dot eyes and like a smiley face.
Okay.
And like, so it
What
looks
does
like
that mean?
Oh, and Charmander. I know who
Ditto.
Charmander
That- it
is,
means
or
that
what a
it's
Charmander is.
transformed into
He's basically
different-
Smog's younger form.
Oh.
And I know the evil.
What's it? It's not even my final form.
He's
That's the only-
a shape shifter, but he keeps his face. So
To death.
So now all those memes make sense.
Well, which means
I've seen like where it's like a person, but then they have the eyes
a blob
like,
face.
yeah, it's kind of like Bob with the two dots and the
yeah, it's just like a generic
like a-
smiley face looking one.
yeah. It was okay.
And see,
Now I get
gaming brings you social references.
Right? This is how I learned so many things that I didn't know before.
I mean, World of Warcraft really helped me out with understanding like what 13-year-olds are up to.
Hey,
My problem is I have an addictive personality, so if I sit down to play World of Warcraft, just wake me when I'm 80. Because I will stay there and keep playing, because that's fun.
Well, there's the next.
So I totally stayed away from it because I know myself.
So I've been queen and sober of World of Warcraft for about 10 years now.
How long have
I
you
fell off
been
the
in?
wagon last week.
Hey,
Well,
I'm
we-
thinking
I
of figuring out
got
how to Twitch it. So when the new expansion comes out, we can do some twitching, run some
Told me
dungeons.
about
If I didn't have sewing,
And I quit the same day.
if I didn't have enough so much sewing to do, I would be on World of
So sewing is saved you
Yes,
from a
it
life of
has. It
Warcraft.
saved me.
Yes.
Well, didn't you see that meme with teach your children crafts so they could never afford drugs?
Yes.
True story.
Keep them poor and
Of
crafting.
course, I did not post any comments about Basquiat or Andy Warhol in that thread. But
It's
yes,
a cultural thing.
Yes, it's true that in general you have no money for anything else.
Yes, I spend far too much money at GuyverStore.com.
Oh.
Like, in general, I spend $100 whenever I go there. When I go to their place, I'm like, oh, you're on sale. Why don't I have any more money?
Hello.
I know. I was literally at Joann's today because of the Wednesday sales.
Crazy.
If you use the coupons,
The slowest
you know,
day.
so a $50
So
bill
you're saying
is
we've got
up
the
to
crowd.
$29.
Once the ladies show up, the crowd shows up.
There's a what?
But I needed the ribbons.
Hey, I
I
thought
needed
that's
the
cool.
trim.
Pulled into the parking lot. I see two people with D&D books coming into the store. I'm like, all right.
Working on my cosplay for Phoenix
Okay.
Comic-Con.
Because she's doing like 4 different things.
I need to talk to my friends who are running a booth there again and see, not a booth, but the SCA runs. And so I'm going to see if I can get a pass to do that. Because I cannot afford $300
He's like, no, we're
Yeah.
to go up there. I just can't. Although it's super fun. I drove up to Phoenix. I drove 2 into Tempe. And then I drove to
it was like dirty jokes that got snuck
Rittenhouse and Cloud. And then I drove back to Tempe.
pretty bad.
$5 of gas.
Wow.
I was like,
She's at the hybrid.
I love my car. That used to be $70, and now it's $5. Like,
The hybrid pays
I've
up.
never. Well, I used to drive a Ford F-150.
Oh yeah, no,
So
that'll.
yeah.
So you hit the pedal and there goes a quarter?
Yeah. Well, I used to joke that I get 11 gallons to the mile. Like, it was bad. So now I'm at 40.5 miles to the gallon, and I'm like, I can't take anything anywhere except for people. I can put people in my car and luggage.
Other than that,
That's
no
it.
cargo.
No.
It would be hard for me as a
It's
to-do
probably
list to take all of my tea things and such a carpet. It's very tempting.
They have slightly bigger versions of, like, Priuses have slightly bigger model. I have a 2013. The 2015 is a little bit bigger of my model car. So there's options.
Well, if ever I have money for such things.
Do you know what you should not do is be in a car accident that forces you to purchase a new car. Don't do that.
That's a bad
I would
That's a
recommend.
poor choice.
Unless
I'm
it's being
definitely-
hit by
and they've
someone
done
who
that.
drives a Mercedes-Benz,
No,
then
don't
that could be an
rear-end
upgrade.
people.
No.
I rear-ended someone that was stoned, and we decided not to call the police.
The person decided,
I'll have to bleed that
how
out.
dare you honk and let me know that I was going to collide with you? How dare you let me know that I was about to hit you and brake check me? And I was like, oh, nobody's so serious in their ass that they will allow themselves to be in a car accident with a Ford F-150.
That would eat their car.
Turns out they will.
Because in Arizona, if you hit the back of another car, it doesn't matter. It's your fault.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
But how much damage can a Ford F-150 that doesn't know we're stopping do to a little plastic automobile?
A lot.
Destroy it.
Actually, as soon as I hit him, he hit the gas and accelerated out and fled
Oh,
the scene,
what an
making it
ass.
his fault for the accident. My insurance paid for everything, saying, well, you rear-ended somebody, so it's your fault. But he fled, which is an assumption of guilt.
And
Yeah.
a felony.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if I called him on the felony, then he could say, yes, but you rear-ended me.
Yeah.
And then
so
it's
it
100%
comes to-
Even
my
though he
fault.
caused the accident.
Yeah.
Correct. It makes me want to get one of those dash cams. So
Yeah.
I can record all the time what's happening in front of me. The only thing is I'm super unprofessional when I drive,
Yeah.
and I don't necessarily want that on tape.
Yeah.
Well, see, what you do
Like
is you get a
Yeah, me
GoPro
too.
and you get the complete soundproof case, so it's just doing video and not audio.
No.
Yeah,
And
because we got rear-ended leaving
Wawa
WestCon.
Saturday night.
Saturday,
Yeah.
no, Friday night.
Friday night.
No, Friday night. Well, the
It
thing
was
is,
okay to us. We
literally
didn't, nothing got
under-
hurt in the car. On the Kia, the teeny tiny
we're
box
taking
car.
in the little Kia. I'm under the literally
The
under the
Speedway
Speedway underpass,
underpass.
waiting, and of course I'd already taken my course.
I've
off
got
at
my
this point,
boots
so
up because
I'm
of course I
like,
have my huge boots on.
Yeah.
black thing, but free.
Free
So I
ball.
wasn't getting out of this car. All of a sudden I'm like,
And
It's like, we're
I
just
leaned
talking,
down to grab my water bottle that was down at the bottom, and all of a sudden,
and
and
we're
we
like,
look at each other
somebody
like,
just hit us.
did
The
we?
guy gets out of his car, comes over to me. I'm still got my hat, my Glengarry on.
You turn and look at him.
and I'm like, and he's like, you backed into me. I'm
get
like,
really
excuse
belligerent.
me? Oh no, you didn't. I am still in drive. You rear-ended me.
And then of course I look,
and I'm like,
and I look back, and there's this little
and this
girl
little guy,
in the
and
car
he's
with
this
him.
small guy, and this
fancy little sedan, you know. Like,
really expensive little.
And
little
yeah,
thing.
it's like you can tell he's in Daddy's car. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. With his little girlfriend.
Dude is obviously drunk.
Yeah,
you
because
know.
he's getting super belligerent.
And like. I'm like, oh no, you didn't. And
Did
then
you
I'm like,
police?
honey, we did actually.
Immediately, I pull out my phone, and as he's leaning and talking
But I wanted
shit,
him
I
to
just
get
go,
out and take a picture
"We're
of
calling."
the
He's like,
car.
"We're calling 911," and because he starts screaming, we hit him, and then he's
then he goes back to the girlfriend or whatever,
and he looks at his car and our car.
Yeah, and it's like, there's no damage to our car. I mean, we have a tail hitch, dude.
We didn't know this yet, but
so then he comes back. He's like, oh, it was, you know, what did he say? It was like,
he basically went to his car. And
There's
at that
no
point,
damage, so
I'm dialing
let's just,
911 and throwing my phone on the dashboard.
the
I'm
cops-
getting out because I had
911 is
to
on
throw my feet
speaker
in my
right now.
boots so they're flopping. And I come walking out, the guy, and he immediately starts
He
to
sees
puff
this
up
big
again, and then he
Viking
backs off.
looking guy.
Oh no, it's cool, man. It's cool. Look. There's no damage. And basically, because our Kia, when my dad got it originally, he put a big tow hitch on the back.
Yeah, because he
So the
told
tow
you
hitch sticks out about this far. Well, his car apparently had this nice little box shape in the plastic bumper.
Yeah.
He's lucky it didn't set off the airbags. But he's like, no, it's cool. There's no damage. And 911's talking to Kelly of, according to MapQuest, there's a gas station right here.
Yeah.
Because we're right in the intersection. And they're like, go to this intersection. Sure and fucking shit.
I told Jim I wanted him to get a picture of the
But
guy's
she was
license
on the
plate.
phone in the car.
And
Yeah,
sure
they're
enough,
like, you
then
need to
he
get out of
just
the
took
intersection
off.
right now.
Of course he did, because it's his fault.
He was at fault. Not only
And
did
he's probably under the influence.
Yeah, oh yeah.
you could tell he was not firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Oh, Friday night after the concert, right?
Well, no, this was just Friday night in Tucson
Oh, in
because
Tucson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coming
they
in.
weren't coming from the con. They
Yeah,
were just
this was like right at the freeway area, so it was in city.
Just some
Weird.
asshats.
Yeah.
some asshats doing it. Yeah, so
Epic asshattery.
Somebody decided that they didn't need to stop for emergency vehicles and ran into me
Oh.
in my truck. And I was like, oh, that's a
How
shame.
can you not see that?
you remember my excursion?
Yeah.
And you know I had a big toe hitch on that one.
Yeah.
On the way to Crystal's wedding, we got rear-ended on practically almost right where you got. It's like, I'm like, I think we just got hit. Of course,
It's hard to tell.
my ex is just furious because we have the ring. We have to go down to Nogales for his sister's wedding. Okay. And he's also the DJ for it. So he's got his speakers and stuff in the back. I'm fully dressed. He's not even completely dressed for the suit and everything. The car behind us just wasn't paying attention. Rear ends us. It was a little sedan. I'm an excursion. You guys
She's in
know
the
it's a
biggest
land
car
yacht.
known to man.
Okay, it's a land yacht. And needless to say, we made it to the wedding on time. Their car, as a matter of fact, they were also going to Nogales for a graduation. They didn't make it because their car was pretty much totaled.
Oh my god!
Because they ran into the back of my truck.
She gets out and she's got her cell phone and she's calling as I'm calling 911, letting them know there's been an accident.
Yeah.
And I said, what you need to do right now is go pull into that gas station right there because you're not going to make it much further.
Yeah.
Before the car dies.
Yes, because she was like leaking fluid all over. I'm like, your car is
We got
going to
them into
shut
an
down
apartment.
in a moment. You should go,
You
and
know,
I'll be right there.
Yeah, those apartments right on golf lanes that we got them in there. You know, they're like,
And I'm like,
It wasn't
let me take a
going
picture of the
anywhere.
license. Let me take a picture of the of the damage. Let me take your actual photo of your actual driver's license and a picture of your insurance card.
yeah.
Deuces, I'm gonna go.
Yes. Sorry, we got
Sorry
wedding.
for you.
Good luck with that.
We didn't even get a scratch.
Yeah.
Nope.
It was
Well,
nice.
I drove. My car was what, 14 years old at that
Yeah.
time. Nobody could tell that I was in an accident.
Yeah.
The dust was knocked off.
Okay, we've digressed.
Yes.
again.
Yes, we have. All right.
Okay, so
Time to kill things.
time to kill things.
To break out.
Time to break out and kill things.
Alrighty. Welcome to the Lady Knights of Adventure episode 1. Cause it's
Ladies' night and the feeling's right. Oh,
Alrighty, so I wanna know. And that is setting the tone for the evening. Alrighty, so you guys all individually